I'm the same. I'm typing pretty fast too, while I'm talking, and I still can hear my guys, so I don't lost attention when I'm typing. So I understand you. Yeah, guys. So hi everyone. Super happy to see you here on our talks new show from Sasgler. Singular. Oh my God. Sorry. I'm just it's a habit. Yeah, it's our group name. It's Art Talks, and really when I made a preview for Art Talks, I thought like it looked like Art Folks too, and then I thought, okay, so we need to turn out this kind of show in the way like we need to think about our audience, right, guys, who will watch us, and then I thought like it's such a perfect name for this space, Art Talks, Art Folks, because we can do it actually for people like we are, for collectors from one side and from artists from another side, because we will talk definitely about the same stuff, how to promote yourself, how to build your brand, how to build community around, how to be a strong brand in the space, and with your all creativity earn money somehow, right? So it will be helpful for collectors, and also it will be helpful for artists, because we will tell people about useful tools in this field. And before we will start, and I will give a mic for everyone, I want to say, of course, I will say the word um, about Singular and my amazing co-hosts today, and about artists. But at first, I prepared some small three stories. First story, did you know that Al Pacino's daughter, she made NFTs too? And that's her photos that she started selling on Foundation. Can you see it? Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so she started selling these photos, and she made $20K on NFTs on Foundation, and she like that sponsored her movies actually, which is pretty smart, right? And cool. Then I find out that Lewis Carroll, before writing Alice in Wonderland, was a photographer too, and now he made 3,000 photos, guys, 3,000 photos, and now it's pretty expensive as well. And the third story is probably the most interesting, because in 29 photographer sold this photo for $1 million. It was photo a simple potato, and the photographer, he's just his name is Kevin Abush. Yes, Kevin. He was just sitting with his collector, and he just, a collector asked him, like, I like this photo. They was drinking, of course. I like this photo. How can I buy it? And photographer just said like $1 million, and collector agreed. So this
Ira,
sold.
We took onion photos, but we can't sell for this price,
Why? I'm ready to make a lot of potato photos. Yeah, but of
Even
course.
I talked last year in Lisbon with Kevin Abosh, we laughed too much.
That okay, we will go straight to storyline. Okay, and flexing by our communications. Okay. So, but of course, it wasn't just simple photographer. It was photographer who made celebrity photos, and this is amazing start of our conversation, because that's a story about is art important, and how you can sell your art expensive, and you can how you can find right collectors for it and everything. So guys, please, at first, let me remove Elon Musk. Yeah, and introduce yourself. And of course, I will start with not with you, Hunt, actually, but with a guy who suggested this amazing idea to make these art spaces with Tal. Please introduce yourself, and yeah.
Hi, my name's Talvir. I don't know how to come off that brilliant introduction, but yeah, I'm someone who mainly collects and delves into the art world. I've worked with Noel's on numerous occasions, and several other artists too.
I know that you was on many art exhibitions and you talk with real like people there and everything. So you what are you actually doing there?
Yeah, so I actually curated my own art show over in Milan in 2021, and
Mhm.
yeah, just there I just spoke to a different range of collectors, and yeah, just got to meet some really cool individuals.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you for your idea of this show, for supporting of this idea of this show, because that's amazing. That's how we can talk, you know. I thought about background also, guys. What do you like more? This background that we have now or background with our favorite topic, feeds? And this is photo of an amazing, famous photographer as well. Okay. I can back to this or feeds.
I
What do you
think
like?
the feed for sure.
Feeds. Okay, okay, that's our our thing. So Hunt, let's go straight to you and to tell us about Singular and about yourself too.
Hi, I'm Hunt. I'm out here in the space. We are building Singular as like a home base hub for artists, collectors, people that kind of value on-chain activity and the culture of the space. We have this idea of being able to create content pieces that are not necessarily your best work of art, something that took you hundreds and hundreds of hours of hard work, but more like a meme or an art commission or an art piece that you made that you enjoy, or the steps throughout the process, something that you want to be out there and a way that people can support you by minting it for $5, having it represent them, represent their community, and be something cool to own. And then through building this, we've realized how much like rich on-chain data there is to tap into from everyone kind of connecting their wallet and then connecting their delegated wallets, because we're supporting Solana, Abstract, Solana, Arbitrum, Base, and Mainnet ETH. And we've just been pooling all this data and working with partners to try to reward participants and people that are doing good in the space. It's actually I've been working with Talvir for a while. This is the first time I see his face, so it's really cool to be able to like put a face to a voice, you know. But yeah, it's nice to meet everyone. We're hoping to do the best we can for artists and collectors and bring back a little bit of culture to the space.
Yeah, I really love it. How like at first Azuki T-shirt, and even I published yeah my photo in Singular, and I have 4 sales there even you know. So it's pretty interesting to experiment with it, and also by oh yeah you turn out your camera, that's great. So yeah, even it's great from the side that we collecting cultural points there, and yeah, so who knows what will be in the future. But I will pass the mic to sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, Noels, because you already using Singular, as I know, and why you choose this platform, and tell about yourself in general, please.
Sure. Well, my name's Noe, and Noel is just like my first name and my last name kind of put together. But yeah, you're gonna have to forgive me since I just woke up. It's like 3 a.m. over here. But I'm a photographer living here in South Korea, and I did work in Web3 for a while, and then I think things have started to anything tech is just doing not so good right now. So I'm back to teaching, unfortunately. Hopefully in the future I can get like another job somewhere. But yeah, in my spare time I like to photograph. I have pieces on pretty much everywhere. Like I've been around since like 2020, during the magical bull run. That's when I began, and yeah, like I'm not really sure what to say about myself. I mainly take photos in the rain and snow, but these days I live in the countryside, so I pivoted more to like daylight type of pretty pictures, I guess you can call them. And yeah, I'm better off answering questions than I am speaking freely. So if you have any questions, I'm all ears.
Actually, Talf said that you have an amazing, interesting story of you being a photographer. So,
Well, I have a story. Like, I mean, I've been taking pictures since I was a kid, and I moved to Korea as a teacher, and I started teaching. My first paycheck, I bought like a real camera, and actually, I had to. I ate nothing but like ramen for like 2 months, so I could buy like the camera body because it was that expensive, and then I spent another like month and a half again eating like ramen and kimbap just so I could buy the lens. I'm not sure that's much of a story, but yeah, I usually walk from like sundown to sunrise taking photos, especially when I travel, and that's usually the way I take photos. And during the bull run, my goal was always to like buy a house, you know. And in the first bull run, I bought land, and then like
that's
this bull run, like during the bear market, I stacked sats, thanks to Telvir's advice, you know, and I put every
God, I'm
paycheck
so glad
into
that you
it.
didn't say like, and this bull run, I sold it because
Yeah, no, I
close to the
I
truth.
quit teaching, and I got like a severance pay, and I put all of that into BTC when it was like around $18,000 or $15,000 or something like that. And I sold some of what I had, and I paid for this house that you see now.
Oh my
in the
God,
Korean countryside. Yeah,
congrats.
so I did walk out with
You
something.
actually made it. You actually
Yeah,
made it.
and now like I know the formula. So next bear market, if I have a good job, I can do something. But otherwise, I don't think I'll be able to do something like this again. But I want to. My next goal is to like get a small coffee shop or something, you know. And then I don't want to teach because kids, you know, they're not what they used to be. So yeah, that's kind of my story. I'm not sure that is much of a story.
No, that's interesting. I have a lot of questions, but at first, yeah. What?
Oh, sorry. I was just saying it's a good story.
Yeah, I'm pretty jealous, you know.
Thank you, because I actually had one collector in the first bull run tell me that I don't have much of a story, so my pieces won't sell.
Yeah,
You know,
fuck
so I
that guy.
really,
Fuck that guy.
I felt really bad.
Did you sell? Did you send him your photo of house right now?
I should.
Do this.
Yeah, I
Do
should.
this. Revenge. It's a sweet thing, you know. Sometimes we need to do this. But
I'm curious to what collector that is.
It happens, you know.
Then I see Ira, amazing Ira. We had a conversation today about her way in photo, NFTs, and just in photography. So please introduce yourself. Tell us what are you doing in this space.
Hi everyone, I'm Ira as well. So my profession is actually I'm accountant, and in my spare time I do photography, but I do it in very good level because I'm into photography for more than 10 years, and I earn money with this. I mean, I'm this kind of level. I don't do it as a hobby. I do it sometimes for earning money, and I think it's very important, like being very high qualified when you work with people. Because I work with people, I'm a fashion photographer, and I think it's very important to be able to see people like pretty, so they can like themselves in your lens. Sometimes I just stop the pictures when people call themselves photographer, but when you take a look at the picture, you think, oh my God, this person need to go to therapist after that shooting. So,
Oh my God! You know, I hate this stuff. Okay, I will tell you that. Hi, Luna. Yeah. So that's the awful part. I just hate. You know, when you talk to some photographers, they told you, we don't do Photoshop, we don't do this, we like everything naturally. It's a like trend that started like I think 10 years ago or 5 years ago, something like this, you know. We don't do this, everything is naturally. I think, okay, before, like, I don't do photo shoots too often, right? I'm just a real life person, so I do it like once per year or something like that, because I'm just, you know, human, and not working, especially if I'm not working in some, you know, fashion field or something like that. So imagine, like, I'm this type of person, right? And I go to photographer. I decided to make this gift for me, and of course, like, day after, I won't sleep at all. I will be nervous as hell. I will probably, you know, do something to relax, like maybe I will drink some, you know, champagne or something like that, and I will be like shaking. I will be on all photo shoots. I will be like, you know, super stressed, and I can't move naturally. And you want to tell me after that that everything in my photos will be naturally? I won't do any Photoshop or something like this? Come on, like, person won't sleep before this photo shoot. How you want to redact it? How it's possible? So I'm super with you. I'm super with you. I like this approach as a user.
Yeah, this is very important to have emotional connection with the person in front of you, because it takes a time sometimes. Yeah, 3,000 pictures, as you said, Miss Carol. In my photo shoot, I can take more than 3,000. But yeah, I know it's analog camera. It used to be, now it's digital. It's easier to take, but sometimes it just takes time to take a right picture for a person, so to let them feel pretty. And what I noticed during this shooting, I noticed this while I was watching what I already took. I noticed that I pay attention to strong feelings, strong emotions, and this is somehow, you know, every picture you take is just a reflection of yourself. And if you take a look at a picture, any photographer, you just can recognize if he's kind or if he's in a dark mood, he's happy, he's like funny guy, he's strong, he's weak. You can see everything on the pictures. So it's just interesting. I noticed that you can basically learn a lot from the pictures the person takes.
That's definitely a fact, and I even like one of my favorite art books. It's Breakfast at Sotheby's, and there author writes like, you know, what makes art more expensive is when artists have some psychological problems or something like that. His art will be one, you know, a few times more expensive. So yeah, if you can see from some works that person was in depress, I think it's a part of storyline that made your art more valuable for some reason. But let me pass the mic to Gul, because Gul is amazing photographer. She's a speaker at many NFT events, and as she already started telling us, she's know a lot of famous art names, photographers, and everyone. Yeah, she also made photos of ballet dancer, if I pronounce it correctly. So yeah, please introduce yourself, and super happy to see you again on my space stream.
Thank you so much, Ira, and nice to meet you all, friends. Yes, I'm photographer. You know, I live in Istanbul. Great things from Istanbul, by the way. I entered this field, I guess, in late 2001, I guess. And, you know, I had a really hard time these days when I started to NFT field, you know, almost 4 years ago or more. I have no idea. You know, it was a different world, different cultures, different languages. You know, it's really challenged me, I guess, because my English was not enough that day, still not enough, but it's okay, I guess. I don't know. You know, I couldn't speak English, and I always using that times translate, or another things in space. It's really was hard to me, but I really love art. I guess you know f- art is life for me, I guess, because I think, I guess, maybe 17 years ago I started to, as a professional, giving to education, or art, about art, photography, and lately last 5 years about cinema too, by the way. uh,
Oh, real.
yeah, but
Mm.
mostly about cinema writer, writing, critics, cinema critics. Yeah, this field always amazing me, and continue amazing me, because I met so many great people here, artist friends, collectors friends, some developers, or etc. And I'm official photographer, a big brand in real life, but here I'm like, newborn baby, when I started here. I'm shocked. So many different cultures, languages. My English, as I said before, not enough that days. And yes, um, I shared my photos, and I always saying art speaks always, not me. Art should speak itself, you know. Um, and I guess I made something here. I made some creations with, some artist friends, some collectors friends. Also, we made together some creations, and I was creator last year, Bucharest NFT. This year will be Budapest NFT. I one of a photography creator, and I will. Yes, I will be speaker. I hope in Lisbon, and we have a show. I hope you can come and watch a ballerina with a ballerina from Lisbon, and every day we talk, talking her with her.
I
Uh,
remember your photos with wine from this event.
oh my God!
I'm so happy.
I hope you can come, because we
I will try.
really,
I will try to do Lisbon.
sorry.
Yes, I will try.
Yeah, we really hard working about this, because we choose everyday music and change it. Everyday music, dance, contemporary. Oh my God, we really hard working about this. Every day. I really love art. I really grateful. About Web3. I really grateful, my friends here who supported me, or I supporting them, doesn't matter. And developers, thanks to God, they uh, they are here, because Web3, sorry, not Turkish. Web3, I guess, doesn't exist without developers, and thanks to
Yeah.
them too. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, I don't know, from collector side, maybe I'm just a newbie in it, but every time I wanted to talk with you about it, guys, and feel free to, speak whatever you like, you feel right. Um, when I choosing what I need to buy, like I feel photo NFTs will be the last in the list for me right now, because I don't see like I don't know, I don't feel they will give me the same maybe community, or the same utility as everyone said, like every like other NFT, even music right now for me a bit higher. And that's why I wanted to talk with you about it today. Do you feel the same, or something broke in my brain with it? Do you feel like photo NFTs somewhere not on the first places in the NFT field at all? And why do you think it is like this? Or I'm wrong?
I think for me, what I've been noticing, when it comes to collectibles and art in the space that aren't tied to a larger community, right? Like we
Mhm.
saw Sam Spratt's The Masks of Lucy and that experience be very much enjoyed. People paid big ETH to get in. People sold their masks for big ETH after competing in this like fair questionnaire evaluation kind of like participant friendly ecosystem of art. They kind of created the masks together, right? And then that brought a lot of attention. It brought a lot of value. He had one of one sell for insane amounts of money while everything else was struggling. But for someone to buy, I guess, instantly appreciating art pieces, like for someone to buy a piece of art that's not going to make them a financial return right away, I think the infrastructure kind of died, right? Like we used to have all these companies building out digital displays. We used to have all of these new like storefronts coming up where people are displaying, selling digital art and onboarding people into this movement of digital art that you can experience. And now it's they're very far and few between, right? Like Beeple does some at his studio, but that's again for his work that's like very appreciated already, right? It's worth 50 ETH to get like an everyday from Beeple. But for the common artist, I think as NFTs kind of winded down, the value of digital art kind of winded down a little bit more. It became more about the expression, about the content itself, about owning the content than about it being perceived as art, you know? So as we try to get more people into doing this, we've kind of taken away what art means versus content. You know, like a
Mm.
meme on the timeline it can be worth a lot more than someone's painstakingly curated gallery of photographs. And I think until we find more meaning in that, or until it's more readily available and talked about, we're not going to get like more and more creators coming in and trying to show off that content here.
That's interesting point of view. I didn't thought about it. So it's basically about people can't imagine how they can customize photo NFTs because you can't put it on. You can personalize it somehow. You can put it on your PFP, etc. Everything. So you just understand by buying it. You will just collect it, and yes, you're right that here we're back to a meaning of real art, and it seems like photo NFTs it's a real luxury, like some luxury thingy, right? Because person who buying it, I by the way I want to show my friend my friend, he is collector and he bought one of the photo amazing photographer, and he made personalized uh, wine bottle with it. But of course, it's about Luke's product again. Wait, I will show you. His name is Twice the Rice, and look what he did. It's his garden. So yeah, here I agree. It's probably the luxury thing, but it's so beautiful, right? Yeah.
Like a cat smart.
Yeah, that looks sick.
Yeah, but guys, what's your opinion on it? Maybe we just don't feel the right community around us that we think like this, or what's your opinion? How you found your first collectors? Let's talk about this from this side.
Can I say about before question about photography?
Mhm.
Can I speak? Yes. I
You can, of course. You have all the right. You have so many like sales of your photo NFTs that we just need to close our mouths. Yeah.
I don't think photography is valuable yet in this field,
Mhm.
uh, or IRL doesn't matter. I know my country very well about this, Um, but normally photography is so important. We document moments that will never come back. You understand what I mean? We document emotions, acting, acts, some acts, emotions. It's so important, I guess. You know, for example, I guess almost 2 years ago, I made the creation about black and white photography. I guess 500 uh, around pieces were sold. I really was happy that day for my artist friends and for myself. But then the market went bad, and I hope it gets better. But I believe that photography's time will come because photography is really, really unique art, like a painting, like a traditional art, I guess, mostly. I defend always. I want to believe, more people. I hope attention or notice photography more. I hope, you know.
I'm just sorry. I'm showing Google art
Oh, thank you.
for NFTs. Yeah.
Thank you. People asking to me, about this. This is photography or not? Yes, this is photography. I maybe last 7 years I worked about this project, and I worked before, of course. Yeah, like this.
That's
Can
great.
is AI affecting photography?
Definitely.
If I think about the way AI will recreate an art piece, some styles are hard for AI to recreate. Um, the natural backgrounds in photography feel like they could be a lot easier for AI to recreate.
I'm not against AI, by the way. I want to say this. I'm not against. This is important, I guess. Um, artist brain, soul, heart, important for me. You know, uh, AI just tool, but of course we we maybe Noel's or Ira have same idea about me. Sometimes we have to explain this is not AI, this is photography, right? Sometimes people ask at me, is this a photography or AI? No, it's photography. If I make something with AI, I already write there, definitely, because this is so important. Be honest.
Transparent. Yeah.
But I hope photography up very soon.
How you found your, but okay, I think for you it's dishonest question because you had audience before even you entered NFTs, so it was like naturally for you, right? Your first collectors were just from offline and then they start following you on NFTs as well, right? So you just didn't
Me,
make this way from the scratch, yeah, so we can.
I guess 4 years ago, maybe you remember, I guess Alpha Trilogy is my, and he died recently. I'm really sorry about this. Maybe you know him. Alpha Trilogy is my first collector.
Mhm.
Um, I made these days, I guess, I, make one collection about children, and I sold that collection and donated in my country, for children education. I guess
Oh, okay.
was Alpha Trilogy. He found me, not me, because not me, but we
Mm,
we, we
it's
lost him recently. I'm really sad about this because he was really, really kind person here. I guess heart attack. You know, yeah, this is so sad for me.
sorry about that, but I wanted to ask, some artists and new artists especially, they rely on this narrative that, okay, so if you will buy in my art, I will, like, help by this money to some kids or animals or something like that. And sometimes I feel like collectors more afraid of this narrative, and they think like it's feels like scammy or something like that. But a lot of people start using this, and they think it will help them to sell their art. Like, what's your thoughts about it?
I think it's hard to believe in Web3.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
been tricked a few times with
So many
like
scammers.
someone says they have cancer, or someone says they have this or they have that, and
You bought this collection with the girl with cancer, right?
I
Too?
bought
Me
that
too. Me
collection.
too.
I helped some people in the Azuki community. There were people that pretended they got drained. There was like, we've been through this so many times that now I feel like I'm just desensitized to it. I think that's a very, very bad thing. But for me to believe something is like genuine when it comes to either support or charity or something like that, I think I would need like some serious proof that I could backtrack, because I don't know. At least for me, I got really sensitive to it my first few years in the space, and then I just got burned so many times. Now I see it and I just scroll on.
Yeah, personally, I don't think charity to sell artwork is the way. I mean, if you relate it in the story to the artwork, then I guess you could then sell it as give proceeds to it. But personally, like I've seen a lot where there's no relationship between the two, and you've never even seen this person talk about the charity that they want to support, and I just get the ick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think if you do charity, maybe do it silently just for yourself, or make it post means announcement, something like this. It will be better than rely on it while you minting. But
Yeah.
Nils, I want to ask you about your first collector. How did you find him or her, and how this way was for you? And do you think it's different right now for people who entered the space in 2025? We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Oh, I think you're muted.
Niles, we can't hear you.
Okay, it happens. We can't hear you. No, still no.
Hello, hello.
No, no, we can't. Try to maybe turn off your hair. No, no.
Oh,
Uh, I don't know. Okay, okay, back.
Yeah.
Uh, Ira, then I have a question for you actually, because we talked with you about it. I will. Oh, okay, no, it's with us. Hope with sound right now. Okay, it's technical stuff. Uh-huh. Can you? No, still no. Ira, I know that we talked before today about this, that not many can handle this, lack of sales or just zero attention to them and everything, and they stop doing photos, in general, and even trying with the art. And how do you think how person can handle it? And because I know that you did, you somehow found a way how to stay in this space and at the same time not burn out from zero attention and zero sales and everything like that. You just join in the communities, you start to talk with them, find new people around you and everything. So yeah, tell us about this.
Yeah, my answer will be disappointed. uh, my example is not the best. I wouldn't recommend anyone follow my lead because I just, for me, why I stayed here, I always try to find something fun. Always try to have fun here
That's
because
why we connected.
yeah, I think so. Because I started like 2 years ago. It's not that long time ago. And first year, I knew absolutely nothing. And just a year ago, I started to understand how it works, step by step, little by little. And I heard from all over around me about stories that people joined space in bull market, earned money, and then disappeared. And everyone was like expecting something like this from anyone, from me, from my friends. So it was like exhausting. Like you have to prove that you're normal people. But on top of
Yeah.
this, not just prove them, but prove yourself, because it's actually very difficult work to be in Web3, constantly present.
Tell us about it. We're
It's
all
a work.
look at our faces, just exhausted and you know.
Yes, probably many just simply don't understand how difficult it is, and when they realize it, they just leave this space. So for me, I just decided not to rush into sales. I haven't minted for more than a year anything, uh, just to feel if it fits me or not. And little by little, I just try to find something fun for me. It can be English, it can be different culture, it can be pictures of traveling, it can be learning about ordinals. I know nothing about this, but I feel like there's a lot happens there. So for me, my advice is just have fun, because it keeps you interested in the space. If you're interested in the space, you will stay here. Probably you just have to find some person you like to talk with. So
Damn, that's an alpha. Yes, I agree with you. And you know, when I think about, you will understand it because you work in fashion too, and I have this fashion background. So when I think about, oh my God, this space is so difficult. You know, a lot of snakes here, a lot of this, a lot of this. I think like it's the same in fashion world, like exactly the same. And if I will quit Web3 and will decide to go back to fashion and working in journalism and everything that I did before, I will face exactly with the same. That I will spend, you know, the same time for building my brand, etc. So it's not like big difference from any other field. If you really want to build your name, I feel like you will face with difficulties. Hunt, by the way, did you faced with this type of stuff while you building your brand, because you have strong brand, everyone like knows you. Did you think of quitting Web3 someday because you're tired of this space?
No, I think I got really lucky. I was here in 2021, a little bit in 2020, but like I didn't even make a Twitter until 2021.
Same.
It was always very like community based. I was the same as Ira. I just had fun in the space. I never got paid to tweet. I never had a company come and say, here's $5,000, tweet about us 4 times a month. Like I never did any of that. So all the content I got to make was very much my own. I think that was like the easiest part. I just got to say whatever I wanted about whatever I wanted. And when I started thinking about what I want to talk about as like I got more and more followers, I found the easy subject of like uplifting people that are launching cool shit or building cool shit within the Azuki community. So I think that made it really, really easy. Like it gave me a purpose. It gave people that are like watching my account this sort of thing that they can expect, right? Like if Hunt's talking about something, it means that someone's building something and it's cool, but it wasn't like, I didn't talk about, oh, go farm this and you can make this and blah, blah, blah. It was just, this person is launching like a product within the Azuki community. Are you noticing it? And then the smaller creators started reaching out to me and thanking me for doing stuff like that. And I feel like they boosted me up a lot. And then in 2022, when I started the Azuki Alpha community, the Bean List, it got really easy to get people engaging with my Twitter because I was giving free opportunities. I wasn't charging anyone for anything. And when I tweeted about it, it got a lot of love. And I think that just helped it grow. Like I don't think of myself as like a brand or, I have this like following, because sometimes I'll tweet something, it'll get 2 likes. And then sometimes I'll tweet something,
That's
it'll get
just how
200.
Twitter works. That's just how
Like,
Twitter works.
yeah,
I
so
don't
I
know
don't
how it
like I
works.
don't think of myself as like, if someone has something they want me to promote, I can just type a tweet and it'll get 5,000 likes about it, I'm just like a joker who likes to shitpost and have fun, and I guess people like to laugh, so that worked.
Definitely, because I remember our first conversation, and it was, in love from the first tweet, because it was so funny, and it was fresh air in the space, and it was like moment. I agree with you in this take, because before Azuki, I like if not Azuki, I would probably like thinking about quitting the space, definitely, because after I joined, I found so many my people, with the same like type of having fun, with the same taste, with the same interest, and it becomes so easy and naturally to exist here, because you understand like. For who you're posting, and sometimes I just want to make like I like Azuki so much, so I write in a thread, and I don't need to try to, I don't need to push myself, and I'm like, oh, I love it so much, I need to write a thread, and I earn a good amount of kaita points, a good amount of like and everything, and it's like combined everything that I love and people need. That's like, this ikigai system or something like this,
Yeah.
uh, and it's perfect. So shout out to Azuki community. We guys love you. And on Singular, by the way, we have like spot for Azuki community, and people can publish their art and earn in it. So guys, check this. By the way, can you drop the art if you're not a holder, Azuki holder?
So if you're not an Azuki holder, then you have to be a verified artist. So essentially, if you're making art, whether it's photography or digital art, or if you're making like memes, something like that, you can send in your Twitter and your wallet, and you can get verified as an artist. Right now, I think there's 10,000 accounts that are verified artists, so they can post for whatever. But usually it's like a holder of a community would make a post dedicated to that community, unless you're a verified artist. But
Uh,
I think it's like Singular's been really, really fun to be able to just put shit on, because it's cool to experiment and gain that little exposure that you might not have had before. And because all the pieces that are put up live on the Azuki community page, it's also like leaving a mark, even if you don't get tons of mints and you only make 25 or 30 bucks for something, as opposed to just posting it on Twitter where it gets lost. Posting it on Singular means it lives on the Azuki community page forever, which I think
yeah,
is cool to be able to leave your mark there, be remembered that way.
it's for the culture. It's and yeah, Joff on the abstract saying hi to all of us, and calling Noel and legends. So Noel, let's try to check your mic again. Can you hear us?
I had messaged you about that.
Yeah, I think he's
I
trying
heard.
to join from another account. That could potentially work, I think.
Yeah, he's trying to join
Oh,
on his
sorry.
PC.
Yes, I just joined.
This is
Yes.
my voice. Can you hear me now?
No, okay, we got you.
Okay.
But we lost you. You're on the hotspot because we had feed pics there. Now you are there. Okay.
Okay. So there's actually a few things I wanted to say. First, touching on the AI thing, I wanted to mention that AI hasn't really affected me as an artist or many artists that I know, because usually when collectors purchase from artists, it's because they like the person, or they have some history, or they build rapport over time, and that's not something AI can replace. Because like when I buy art, it's because I like the artist, not so much because I like the art itself. You know what I mean? And secondly, you wanted me to talk about how I found my first collector, correct? So I've actually built like a social media following over the years. I have like a YouTube channel, Instagram, all that. I've been grinding for so long. And when the whole NFT craze first began, I kind of let everybody know, like, I'm going to try this, see how it goes. And of course, I lost like 10,000 followers instantly because everybody like hated on it. But I had like one collector from Australia. It was a she, and she says, "Oh, I like what you're doing, and I'm into blockchain, so I want to help you out." And she bought my first piece on OpenSea, and from there it just kind of got started. Because at the time, like ETH minting was like $200 or something. For me it was a lot, and I actually that's all I had in my bank account. So I just took a gamble, like, okay, I'm gonna put this into ETH, and if the piece sells, I'm going to use the funds to mint more, and then if that sells, then I'm gonna use the funds to continue. So luckily OpenSea had this like mint one time, and then you don't have to pay gas again back then, and that's kind of how I got my first piece. So
It's really funny because I have a really similar story, as weird as it sounds. I don't consider myself an artist at all, but when I joined the space in 2021, I was making clothing for fun. I had just sold my company and I didn't know what to do, and I started making some cool clothing pieces for fun. And then I made this logo and I made a brand video that I was going to use as like a commercial for Instagram.
Show us.
About this brand. Okay, I can show you. So, and then I decided, like, my friends were getting into Web3 and I thought it was cool. So I decided to join. And the first thing I did is I activated my OpenSea as a seller. I minted an NFT on the OpenSea contract of this promo video that I made. It cost me like, I think to mint it and freeze the metadata was like $250 in 2021. And then to activate my account as a seller was like $150. And then to post it for sale was like $40 in gas. And then I just posted it for sale. And I think I put it for 3 ETH. And I got an offer for 1 ETH. And I immediately accepted it. Like, immediately.
What?
I
For
swear to
you?
God. And I ended up, I had no clue what I was doing. I had no Twitter. Somehow, like back in the day, the algo for OpenSea was very random. What would appear on the front page? And you would like scroll through all these different things on the front page. And I guess somehow my piece made it to the front page. Someone just clicked it and put an offer. Hold up, let me show it to you because it's actually like, I don't know if can I share my screen here? Yes.
You're lucky. Oh my God.
Yes.
No, I got
sometimes.
so lucky. And then it sold for 1 ETH. I accepted the bid right away. I ended up buying a Galaxy egg before they revealed in like September 2021. And then in the Galaxy eggs community, I actually met the guy that bought that NFT from me. Is this still loading?
You met your buyer who put
I
you
met
on.
my buyer because I guess he recognized that I had a Galaxy egg in my wallet, and I was very well known in that community. I was a moderator for free. Created. Here we go. So this is it. So I met him. I ended up buying it back. So this is the
What?
piece. Okay?
You
This
bought
is
it back?
literally the piece. I bought it back.
Why?
The guy was, so Galaxy eggs like pretty much rugged, and we were all super poor. And the guy had bought some other NFTs that didn't do well, Habibis and like just all these different things. And he was going through some financial trouble. So I actually made a deal with him and I bought this back. And now I own it again. And I've owned it since like, I think the end of 2022 or the beginning of 2023. But yeah, this is it. I made it. I thought, so I was going to use this for like my clothing brand. And then I put it up as an NFT and I got really lucky and it sold. And I've been using that 1 ETH to like buy, sell, trade, blah, blah, blah ever since. Yeah, it's really like some of the opportunities we had early on were really kind of wild because right now if you want to make a piece of art and sell it for 1 ETH, it's just not going to happen. Like,
Yeah.
no Twitter, nobody knows who you are, no nothing. How are they even going to see it? You know?
But I think it's possible, by the way, in a small communities, who from people who really appreciate art, and they sometimes, crazy, and they sometimes maybe because okay, so I met my friend in 2022 here in the space. That's how I met Monstera. Everything. The guy, his name is Master of Coin. He just put me in his community, and I started to following his account on OpenSea to see what he's buying, because for me he was an example, what. And I just knew the moment when he was, in interesting conditions, because I saw a lot of purchase and everything. And I'm like, oh, what? That's how you're having fun. So yeah, in small communities, I think it's still possible, and that's why maybe it's important to use different platforms, because you never know how you can find your buyers, how you can find your true fans. And as with all new chains, you like experience and try new platforms, it's must have. By the way, what's your take on it? Do you try new platforms, NFTs, or you just rely on yeah, what you already have? Because I know that I have your art on Object, and I know that you're still using it,
Yeah.
and you use foundation, but I
Yeah.
don't know if you're using OpenSea or something like that.
Yeah, I actually started with OpenSea. No, sorry. I guess minted my first piece on Foundation, and waited then, and then I made a second collection on OpenSea 4 years ago, and I started to sell. Uh, I guess sold my first collection, and then um, I sold so many things, editions or 101 on OpenSea, but my main market foundation, my you know always my special project on foundation. But lately I angry a little about foundation, because I guess
Oh, spill the tea.
that
That's all.
people,
Let's yeah.
foundation people interested, mostly rodeo club for free art, lately. And I really, really a little angry about this. Some of collectors too, by the way, not just me. Some artists, some collectors have, same idea about this. But yes, Tezos for my just editions, and I guess sold 3 or 4 collections Solana. I really love Solana, by the way.
Mhm.
um, Exchange art, Malov art, especially. And I guess Malov, I started the Malov art. Maybe you remember about my Florence exhibitions. I, you know, f- uh, minted there and listed there and sold there. But, you know, marketing is so hard. you know, it's so exhausting. Yeah, I agree
Do
with
you
you,
still need
Ira,
marketing?
definitely. Should an artist spend time producing, researching, reading about art, or marketing? This is very difficult in terms of time. It's very difficult to manage, uh, especially time. Creating a brand, being loyal to that brand, or art, your own art. Because I guess the market is ruthless sometimes. I really, uh, okay, I can sell sometimes, but this is so hard for me. Even, the types of art produced change. Sometimes people produce works that, are like bestsellers, you know, art,
Mhm.
bestseller art, or artists. So it's fine, it's okay
You
for
have
me.
like I watching it your page like I like to read your thoughts and everything. So you have a good sales like mm, but
Lately,
you said interesting thing about being loyal to your art. Is it difficult for you? Because when
definitely.
I see at your your page, it seems so, like you like naturally like it and everything. Because I know that one thing that collectors need to check before buying something, if they want to invest in it, not just purchasing it because they want to support artists or just buy because they like something. They need to check the same, that the artists have the same style, the same, like, style and consistency in it. And you now telling me that it's hard to be loyal to it.
Definitely, because um, we should accept this, digital arts, right? I think you have some idea about this. Digital arts preferred mostly in this field because I guess this is about collectors' ages, collector cultures, etc., etc. Um, Photography is really hard for all of us. Okay, sometimes we can sell, yes, we agree, but really, really tired of me. I usually, share my I usually sharing my works here. I use Twitter and Instagram. I also share some of my works I have done, in the IRL. We need to show, I guess we need to show our strengths by saying that I am photography, instructor, the exhibition we have held, etc., etc. Sometimes these works, do not happen by working hard. I'm really hardworking girl, by the way, in real life or here, doesn't matter. It's, sometimes this is not about work or hardworking, being hardworking. It's about being the right place at the right time. Sometimes it is about luck. A strong person, or powerful person or people discovers, you maybe, or your art, and supports you sometimes. This is, at first I used to wait for some spaces until the morning because of the different time zones, especially about USA, because um, I have so many collectors, maybe, yes, almost 300 around, but mostly they living USA, and time, different time zones. It's, uh, I lost my health, my neck, my back is so hard. You understand what I'm feeling?
Yeah, I can feel you on it because yeah, when you want to work in this field, you need to adapt by US time sometimes and
24/7.
everything. So it's, yeah, not always easy. And as I said, Asian guys, they not sleeping at all. I never saw Asian guys who's
Hey
sleeping.
yo, hey yo. Oh, that was a little muscular. Yeah, Gul, it's really interesting hearing you talk like that because when we were designing Singular, um, we were talking to artists, and one of their concerns was that they have different collections released across different platforms. They have art on Soul, art on Tezos, art on 8chain, art on Mainnet, art on Nifty back from 2020, right? And
Yeah.
their collectors' experience is so scattered because there's no single place to go look at all this art. Like if I hold your pieces across multiple chains, how do I show them off? How do I enjoy them? How is my collector's experience complete? Now you have to go spend money on a website and build out a platform where all your art exists and the collector's experience feels whole. And it's on our roadmap. When you click into your profile on Singular, you see the communities you're a part of, you see art you've created, art you've collected on Singular, but you also see every NFT, every art piece, every meme coin you have across Solana, Tezos, Abstract, ApeChain, Mainnet, BTC, everything in one place. And that if Ghoul's art has a community page, all of those contracts are represented on your community page, and everyone is like, the holder's experience is complete. This is a very important aspect of it. And then the fact that artists can't be advertisers, marketers, managers, developers, building their own smart contracts and all this stuff they're expected to do was the other part, right? Like, how do we create value for people on the platform for them to come back and see all this dope art? And how do we reward people that are participating in collecting, creating, and curating these dope art collections? Because right now, the only people getting rewarded are farmers and flippers and like these people coming in and riding the waves of Web3, right? No one's getting rewarded for any of the good on-chain activity that matters. So like bringing all these people into one place, rewarding them so that they come back, finding partnerships that reward our users so that they come back and do more, and then bringing the artists and giving them the tools to like make art that's actually collectible. That's not $10,000, like this is the entry level, the cool stuff that you can collect and be a part of something. And then, hey, if you own a few of my pieces for $5, maybe you're paying more attention when I drop that one of one for $1,000 or for $500, maybe now you want to own that piece. Like trying to build that sort of flywheel for artists, their collectors, and the people in the space that feel like, yeah, I spent a few $1,000s on art and it didn't matter. I didn't get any whitelists. I didn't get any appreciation. I wasn't a part of any community. And now if I want to go see it, I don't even know where to go see it anymore because like the platforms to see it don't exist properly. I got to switch from one wallet to the other and fucking figure it out. It's something in there was broken. So like we haven't gotten there yet, but I hope we're building out the solutions for people that are in your position,
I hope you will do the same because from the collector side, by the way, do you know, guys, what I'm using sometimes? It's a life hack for those who don't want to spend a lot of money but want to collect good authors. You just find good artists who you really enjoy, right? And you check their foundation and you see like 1 ETH price, the minimum, and you're like, damn, I won't be able to join his community, never. But then somewhere in his old links you just find an object, because like definitely he was an object, and you can purchase his art but for $10 or something like that, and now you connected with this artist. So sometimes I purchasing it like this and I publish it, and then sometimes I wrote in DMs like, look, I bought this, and we are friends. So but I understand like it's staying on object, and it still will be cheap, and probably it will be cheaper and cheaper and cheaper with time because no one checking object, and suddenly cunning people like me checking object. But if you will have this on one platform, then it can be expensive again. So
or at least it can be appreciated.
Yes.
Right? Like even if the $10 piece of art is not going to be worth $1,000, at least I can be a part of the community because I own it.
Yeah.
I can show it off. I can explore it, right? Like if I want to show off my art collection right now to someone, where do I even send them? Like I can go take time and make an on cyber. It supports certain aspects. It doesn't support them all. It's not cheap. It's not easy. And for someone to go explore it, it feels too like lengthy of a process. If I'm a normie and you send me your on cyber and I want to go explore it, it feels weird, right? Whereas if we can make like an onboarding card, if we can make a proper profile on Singular, and that's where people can go look at everything you've ever collected on every chain at any time, like That's dope. That doesn't exist and nobody cares about it right now. And I feel like until it exists, people won't want to show off the art because it's cumbersome. There's no way to do it. You know, like it should feel like you're handing someone your photo album. And while you sip coffee at your house, they can look through your photo album. Like it should feel like that, or else what's the point, you know?
Yeah, many. Do you remember the meta of metaverses? Yeah, it was a trend to show your galleries, to create like
Heels,
a gallery.
shoes.
Yeah, on cyber. Yes, this.
People bought, shoes, fields, or something. I want to finish my words, by the way. Yes, art harmful for us, for health. I'm kidding, of course, I'm kidding.
No, you don't.
But
You
I'm
don't.
really, really, yes, sometimes my neck, my back so hurt, okay, but I always grateful for NFT or for Web3, because this is different world for me. I really love connection. By the way, you need to establish connection somehow. With people, there is no harm in establishing sincere connections here. After all, humans are social beings. Um, I'm uh, yes, sometimes we are exhausting or something, but uh, I continue. I learned so many things from this field or NFT field or Web3. I still continue. I learn all the time new things every day. This is so good for all of us, I guess. Yes, we know maybe how we take photos, how we make art. It's okay, but also we should learn, I guess, more blockchain technology. Take this is so important for us. I guess Hunt mentioned it before about blockchain take or wallet or something. It's really was hard for me, but I continue, learning and learning every day, learning, and I'm really happy about this. Okay, my neck, my hurt back, really hurt, but I'm really happy about this. I want to share this.
Yeah, I agree with you. And you also know when I watch in TikTok, I like TikTok
Uh,
so much.
I know because I'm
I know.
I'm so
So
old for TikTok.
look, but I scrolling and I see like a person making art, and I understand like instead of go somewhere and just normally work like everyone else, this person choosing to spend so much time on the art to just make this world more interesting, more beautiful, more everything, and he spent his lifetime to create something. And
Mhm.
that's the most valuable thing, because this person can logically choose something more profitable, more like this, but they spend so much time by like bending something, like make photos or something like this, and that's the value, because without this type of crazy, like how this on picture, like buy art, save a crazy person. Yeah, it's like this, right? Because without these crazy people who choose in creating art, our world will be so boring. There's no sense in NFTs without art, without photos, without everything, like. And that's the reason, and of course your back too. So support your back, go.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, so but from collector side, I also like, okay, so you need to have like good, what I check, if person has already good collectors. Sometimes I check profiles by good collectors, and I know that before people was using this trick, sending your NFTs to big collectors, and that's how they was noticed, like a cunning trick. like pretending that this person bought it, but you actually sending your NFTs to them yourself. I don't know, did you use it or not? Like now I think now it will be in hidden folder on OpenSea, but before it wasn't like this, and it was the way. Did you use it?
But
Yeah.
by the way, I really collected too many artworks, especially you know, um, 20, I guess 2022, especially because I sold so many arts that days. I still continue collect, by the way, maybe almost 500 pieces on Tezos, or maybe 100 around OpenSea, and some, Solana, some foundation. I collected some arts, by the way. But, I'm a humble artist, if I can sell, I definitely buy. But, if I were a collector, apart from, the artist side, um, I guess hype or names would definitely not come to the fore for me. I would only look at art always. I have also been, as as I said before, creator in this area, with collectors or alone. I always, you know never chase after the names in real life or here. I choose good art according to me, of course. What does this mean? I guess I choose works that are strong in terms of content or technique, or both. After all, we all have criteria for art, as a result of the trainings we receive or the things we learn before. And I guess it doesn't matter if it's classic or modern art. What is important is how each work is produced in its own style. For me, I guess. I hope, market will get better, and we can sell more, we can collect more, or etc. etc. I really want to this.
We all want this, to be honest. We really do all want this. Yeah, I agree with you. But I want to back to Noels, if you're still with us, if you're here.
I'm
Uh,
here.
yeah, awesome. So tell us about your way, how you promoting yourself. Like, okay, you're back to teaching, but how you promote yourself as an NFT artist, and yeah, how you find the like the way you communicate with your potential collectors or with your collectors right now in 2025, because yeah, like
Well, the way I do it or did it was not by promoting myself at all. Like
why
actually, back.
why why every successful person say it, like, I'm not promoting myself, I'm just enjoying the art, and you're all like successful guys.
Well,
How?
like I joined lots of Discord groups.
I
I
don't
joined a lot of spaces, or spaces when there used to be a lot of them. And the way I did it was like I just went in there and I talked to people like a normal person. Like I didn't even mention that I'm an artist. I think Talbot can remember, especially like Nifty Gateway. I was there for like half a year.
Yeah.
I never said, "Oh, I'm selling anything," blah blah. And then one day, one of the collectors was like, "Dude, I checked your profile. Oh, your shit's sick. Why don't you do a drop?" Blah blah blah. And then from there, like everyone started checking my profile, and then they started collecting my art. But
Yeah, I
I,
remember that Mac on deck rally. That
yeah,
was
like,
incredible.
and the reason I don't really like promoting myself is because, usually there's always like the shillers, they go in there and they like start spamming their links and everything, and then nobody wants to check them out. And I get it, us artists, like sometimes that's the only way to do it. But I also know that works against you most of the times. So, and also I know people like when you DM collectors your art, they're like, insta block you or like, or definitely never collecting from you again. Which I know there's art collectors that will check you out and will collect you, and they do want that. But like, most people don't like that. So my way is just talk to people, make a connection, and just hang out with them like normal. And then if they find out that I have a collection, maybe they'll check me out without me telling them anything. And that's usually the way I go about things. And the NFTs I have, like, most of them don't have any reserve price. Especially now, I think you mentioned you're not gonna sell something for an ETH probably unless you're like X copy or something, which is get like 500 ETH or something. But the pieces I do have like offers. So like, people want to make me an offer. You probably won't be getting like the NFT bull prices, but at least if someone wants to offer me a little,
Yeah.
they're open for offers, and they can also just DM me like, oh, I like your piece. I'll trade it for taco. I'm cool with that.
I'm still waiting for a second book.
Oh, I have a second book. I have 2 books out. I'm working on a third book already.
Oh, I meant the third book. When's that dropping?
Oh, you mean NFT books?
No, just the physical books which you do to the side. I'm not sure if you mentioned it here.
Yeah, I have photography books. Like, if you go to my profile, there should be like it says NFT links, and then there's prints, and the prints has like a Korea book and a Seoul book. But yeah, I'm working on an Asia book, so all of them.
Oh, that's cool. I like this. Yeah. By the way, at first, I started to collect art offline, and then I knew about crypto only. And at first, I was using crypto only for gaming, for earning on tokens and everything. Then I found out that in crypto, art exists as well, and I'm like, oh, that's what I was looking for all my life. And you don't need to spend like so much money as IRL. You can buy something for some dollars, and that's it. And oh my god, yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah.
But I was like waiting for a whole year because it was scammed by fake OpenSea link, and I lost all my money. And I decided,
Oh.
okay, it's not my stuff. So for whole year, I forgot about NFTs. Then I back, and then my way started from the art.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've actually also released like exclusive NFT books, or photography NFT books, and they
Yeah.
did pretty well. Like, people who pick them up are like the only ones who have access to the files. So I think NFTs help artists a lot. Like, I've been doing social media for many years. Like, I've done YouTube, I've done like Red, Etsy, Bubble, and all that stuff. And if I put together all the earnings I've earned over the past 10 years from social media, it's like probably enough to eat like a McDonald's or something. But like NFTs, even people are like, oh, these mints are only $1. Like, what are you getting out of it? Like, it's still more than YouTube or Instagram or even Twitter offers an artist. So I'm pretty grateful for that.
Guys, I really enjoyed this conversation, and I want to like mention probably this point. So if you are an artist, so you need to promote yourself by just running your Twitter page or something like that, by appearing on different platforms, because you can't use just one, because for someone it will be too expensive, for someone it will be too cheap. So for you, better to use different platforms and stuck with community who value art and talk with them as just with people, and the good news that we have all it on Singular, and you can join as an artist. Like, I don't know if Hunt can open you this opportunity when this artist role.
You
Uh,
can
I'd
just
love
shoot
to.
me a DM. Yeah,
yeah,
just shoot me
right.
a DM. I'll sort it out.
Yeah, we will be happy to onboard you if you want, and yeah, create art on Singular as well, because we have all this for you to be successful on this platform. And community is awesome. Community full of collectors, because for collectors there is no point to join this if not collecting cultural point or just collecting something that you like. I like see our chat and we're all the time talking about, oh, I'm collecting this and this and this just because we like it. So and from collector side, how to write, how to find right artist for your collecting is the person who stuck with his style of art, even if it's hard, as Gul said, right? It took like really like a lot of um, inner power to stuck with one style, to be loyal to your style, to have like the same yeah, structure of your work constantly for years. Secondly, it's watch at collectors who already support this artist because they probably can know something, about how to collect, right? And third thing is just choose by your heart because you definitely need to like art to purchase it because other way it's just impossible. I feel it's much more hurts when you sold in art than NFTs, that usual NFTs. You feel like you betray the artist or something like that. So yeah, it's important to stuck with what you really like. And let's say our final words, because I see like we have good amount of views. We have good amount of views on abstract as well. And let's say final words to everyone who watched us or will watch us. Yeah, and start with Ira.
One thing I was thinking a lot, you said pretty much in the beginning why photography is not so, how to say, popular than NFT than digital art or something like this. I would say community 100% and gamification. I think art is unique, as you mentioned this before, and this space it is based NFT based on technology a lot, and gamification. If you're able to put this in your drop, it will have some priority over this. So I think it just stuck in my mind. Sorry, I couldn't not mention this because I couldn't go to sleep if I don't say
No, I
it.
agree with you. And can I just show that once I collected photo NFT, and you know what it was? Collage photos by a slime shop. Do you know him? Like he's pretty famous artist, and I will show you. He made an amazing collection on OpenSea. He was collaborating with OpenSea, and we have like 10. When you purchase one NFT, you have 10 layers, and you can make unique art from it. So if you're an artist, you can use something like this. Can you see it? Wait, why every time I'm trying to show it doesn't show? Wait, I just wanted to share. Wait, can you see it right now?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, so you purchasing one NFT and
and 5 layers.
you can collect it, and that's how you can find the special background exactly for your NFTs and everything. And it
Oh,
was
that's
pretty fun. I still have it.
Yeah, and this is actually brings a lot of fun into space. This is what I'm talking about. You have to enjoy this. You have to bring some fun, and then you will survive. Otherwise, you have to really love what you're doing, like build and be ready to suffer for your art. But you know that it's for the best. It's what you like to do. Like Noel, I love his pictures. They are so pretty, and I cannot imagine how to make it like gamification. It's just unique, I would say.
Well, I
So,
can tell you something I did if you want to get
of course,
ideas.
of course.
So, like, maybe it was like a year ago, a year and a half ago, I released a collection. It was called Moments 365. And like, the reason I like NFTs and blockchain in general is because you can add a different dimension to your art in your photography. So what I did was like people who collected a piece, it changed every day for a whole year. And the game part was like if you froze a piece, because collectors were able to freeze a piece, they don't know if anyone else is going to freeze it. So it might be a 101 or it might not be a 101. Like it might be an addition, or there was basically three options. You freeze it and it's a 101. You freeze it, but other people froze it forever and it becomes an addition, or nobody freezes it and it's burned forever. So like that's something I did. And the idea was like people want a 101, but they don't know if anyone else is also uh, I called it forging a 101. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, just think of like an NFT that changes photo every day for 365 days. And at the end, at the very end, if you didn't forge or froze any pieces, then it becomes like something. It was like a surprise. But yeah, that was something I did, and it's only something available with NFTs because you need like coding and developing and all that stuff. Tavir knows what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we worked together on it initially, but then yeah, you finalized it all afterwards. I'm someone who did a lot of gamification back then for a lot of artists.
Yeah, so you can do a lot of things like this, and I guess the downside is you need to know like coding or developing or have money to pay someone to help you do it. But even without that, I'm sure you can come up with some ideas like, oh, you purchase this and like or the whole burn redeem thing is quite popular. But you can
Yeah.
also yeah, I'm sure you can come up with something. It's 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. over here, so I can't think. But you know, you can like brainstorm some ideas you can do that only available with like NFT and blockchain. Sorry, I wonder if that all makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense, and I think we gave so many ideas to Hunt right now as well that we can use in singular. Definitely a lot of thoughts to use in the future. Okay, last words to Gul, to you.
I want. What can I say? Uh, you and other friends already saying same things. Um, uh, I don't know. I really love some new things here, but sometimes, uh, for example, if you collect this, you can burn this. I don't want to burn my art. Never. I against about this because maybe if I make some with illustration or something or digital art, I can do this, burning, or if you can if you want to collect this 101, you can burn other one. We saw so many things about this project. Yes, sometimes game or playing interested for people. For example, your collect, your piece a really really nice idea for me too. But some games meaningless for me sometimes, especially burning mechanism. I don't like burning mechanism. Why I burn? Because I put too much effort for that art. How can I burn this? you know this is so important for me. But the other things, I really love, but these things, I guess, about people have so much money and they're boring here. And this is by the way, this is kidding. This
No,
kidding.
it's true, by the way, it's true. Come on.
And we want to play, I understand
Yeah.
this. But yes, I love some games here, but some of no you know I never
Yeah,
burned
but I
anything.
really like this type of burn NFTs as Damien Hirst, for example, has, right, with his collection. So he created like IRL art
Mhm.
and digital art as well. So he digitalized his IRL art. So you as a collector can have only one. So you choosing, did you burn your digital art and
Mhm.
you receiving IRL version, or you having your digital version but you don't have IRL art. And that's interesting. And I still want this NFT so much, and they grew in price, and now they 1 ETH or something like that. But I really, it was my goal since I joined the space. I think I still want it so much.
Which
But
one
My
you would choose? IRL? Would you choose IRL or
of course
NFT?
not, of course digital.
oh my God! I
Really?
By the way, I ask it to my collectors sometimes. If you want to, print or something, I can send to you. You know, and I guess uh, mostly they didn't want. Maybe one or two people ask it. Yes, we, you know, they asked me and I sent to them, maybe two or three collectors. Others, they don't want to, as a print or something. It's so interesting, But I always love prints. See, my ballerinas. See,
Uh,
I have maybe 100 pieces at my home, not just my art.
Oh
Some
wow, that's
Yes,
cool.
not just my art. Some paintings, here, yeah, maybe you can see like this, so many. But I like NFT too, of course.
I think they don't want a physical print because they don't want to share their address because
Yeah,
there's a lot
well,
of scammers.
Or they have no any rooms.
I can speak on this. Like, I make photography books, and I do have a Discord, where I talk to my collectors.
mhm.
But some people want to buy just the books, and they can do that. But when I released my book, I created like a digital piece, like an NFT, and I told my collectors, anyone who collects this NFT is also going to get a physical book. And yeah, not all of them want to share like their locations or address, but I also tell them like, if you have like a PO box, or you have like a secondary address that you feel comfortable made receiving mail from, like I can send it there. So I had people fill out this form like, yeah, if you want to buy this piece, it's like so amount, and it includes shipping and the
Mhm.
price of the book, but you also get like a collector's edition NFT. And that's something artists can also do, that like if they want to receive like a print in the mail, or whatever you want to do. But it gives you options, especially for like distribution, because when you buy something from artists, for example on Etsy or Redbubble or whatever, or when I sell prints by these like TradFi means or whatever, like they usually only give me like 5-10 cents. It's like nothing. Like they get like 95% and you get like peanuts. And with NFTs you're able to get like a lot more for your efforts.
Mhm.
So, and going back, there's another idea of the NFTs, but like I want to say I really love what Rec Guy did. When the ETH price drops sharply, like the piece transforms and is red, but when it goes up sharply, it turns green. So that's just like another idea you can do with like Solidity and programming with NFTs. That's
I
all.
didn't know he did that. Pretty dope.
Yeah, it's cool. Or I
Mhm.
think it's Red Guy. Maybe it's
I
someone else.
want to
Like
show my.
Oh, your book. You have book.
No,
yeah, you can do that.
I agree with you about books. By the way, I wrote three books. One of academic cinema, two of about minimalism in art, one of photography. But as not just like this, not as visual. Just wrote, you can read. But we have books with my students. Also, photography books. They are my students, by the way. I'm proud of them always, you know. This
I
is
can
so good.
recognize your style in their works.
Yeah, yeah. They really love architecture like me, you know.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like this.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with you guys that a lot of stuff that we can do, and also, when you're purchasing something, especially like, high priced IRL, I really like feel sorry that I can't have digital version of it, and I don't understand why. Because I want to flex it in digital world as well in my social media, etc. Not just as photo, but I want to use it in like a digital product as well. And I think in the future it will be like that. So I think it's a great idea when you purchase in some art to have IRL version of it, and yeah, something for printing or some book or something like this. I think it's definitely very cool. And I thought about my NFTs that I want to make, with my drunk space, Ghoul knows, drunk space,
Yes.
Bad Fingers Club. And I thought maybe I will send, but it's again, it's delivery stuff, but I thought I will send these bottles, and it will be letter inside bottle, and person can open it, and it will be some personalized message, something like this, because that's type of things it's pretty cool to have at home, with the message. So yeah, guys, we have.
Ira, if you like cigars, sorry guys, I have some for Lisbon. Don't forget this. With wine.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to, I was impressed by book Atlas Shrugged, and in this book they had cigarettes with a sign of dollar on them. So I made a photos with sign of Bitcoin on them, and it has a deep idea. This book is awesome, like must read, definitely, but very big book. But yeah, so many ideas with you guys. I love this space. Thank you so much. And I liked that I passed mic to you, Gul, unexpectedly. So I will do it again. And Talf, it's your turn. Say your final words, and yeah.
Throwing it me on the spot, but yeah, I'm just gonna say these. All of you are bad at shilling your own artwork. Like, not once have you said, "Check out this piece I've minted." Like, yeah,
Oh,
show
can
some
we?
love. Yeah, share some, and yeah, but yeah,
Oh,
a lot of gamification ideas came to light here, and yeah, it's interesting to see your guys' thought perspective. Like, I could thought cameras being more accessible with iPhones, etc., would affect it, but I'm glad that it didn't affect it as such, and you guys can continue your passion in a positive manner.
Thank you
well,
so much. Yeah.
if if you guys give us permission, I think I wouldn't mind shilling a little bit. But if anyone out there is listening, I have some pieces pinned in my Twitter, and like I say, I don't have a list price. So if you wanna like shoot me a DM or put an offer, like you be able to get good arts at an affordable price, because it's not the crazy bull run prices of the past. And I think it's probably the same for every artist here, hopefully.
Yeah, guys, do this. And I also wanted to ask when I will pass probably mic right now. No, okay, let's back to Noel's then. Your final words, and then I will ask Hunt about something.
Well, I think it's really positive to see so many people viewing this, especially when NFTs are not in style at the moment. So it really gives me like a lot of hope. It'll probably never be like the past again, but I do think there are definitely moments when like art picks up, and I'm hoping photography especially gets traction at some point, because there are a lot of talented artists and photographers in this space. So just thank you for listening, and Sorry, my camera and my mic don't work at the same time.
No, we saw you. You're beautiful, so everything is good. But guys, by the way, about this, what do you think about format of live stream? Do you feel like it's good, or you feel like it's needed to be on space format? What it's more comfortable? We still figure out. It's our first episode on this, so your feedback would be good.
Maybe you can do both at the same time.
I
That way you
tried.
reach a wider audience.
No one joined space because they can't see and hear at the same time. I tried
Mm.
yesterday for the first time I tried it. But we can think maybe we can do stream from one account and space from another account,
Yeah.
something like this. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
There's also video.
What?
Yes. So you can host a video space as
Yeah.
well. I don't know if you tried it, but when you're creating a space, it asks you if you want to include camera, and then anyone with a co-host, as soon as they speak, it shifts to their camera.
So, but it's only two who can be with camera, right?
3 total. So the host and then 2 co-hosts.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so we will figure out maybe we will do something like this, and yeah, maybe we will.
There's some cool options to try, yeah.
Okay, that's a good information. So, Hunt, tell us please how we can connect maybe these amazing guys with Singular. Maybe, yeah, we can drop them in some chat or something like this, or we can do something so they can, couldn't forget us.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, Talvir is definitely like in charge of running with the community and community activation. So he can add you guys to the Suscular kind of group chat where we all get to talk and have some fun. As far as like the business side of things, if you provide him with your Twitter and your wallet, we can set you up as a verified artist so that you can create for multiple communities and have fun on the platform. And then as far as the platform itself, like I would just ask everyone to hop on Singular, register your wallets, use Delegate so you're always safe, claim your OG badge, check your score on Singular, because those cultural points, they are going to matter in the future, not just for like potential, Singular based rewards, but our partners are going to be looking to reward people with specific on-chain behavior. So the more you can prove, the better. And then, yeah, everything is kind of like evolving on the platform as we speak. So I want to thank everyone for being a part of it early and helping us grow. Any feedback, any critique, like it's all very important at this stage. And hopefully we build something everyone loves to use and enjoy.
Yeah.
We're a little bootstrapped. We're a smaller team. We do have like 5 or 6 early investors. We're still raising to build out like even more of the platform, but so far everything is very homegrown. So you're kind of watching it grow along with us.
Yeah, so what I just wanted something to say. Wait, it went from me. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask, do we have Discord right now?
No, we don't. We're not using a Discord. We are debating opening a Telegram for this future like feedback loop of rewards, but I mean, we're not trying to siphon off anyone or create anything like that. I think we want to communicate heavily through socials and through the platform itself. I think we want to be able to send out messaging, put important updates in the Quest page so that when people go there daily to kind of like interact with the platform, see what's up, enjoy the quests and participate, we could have like daily messaging in there for them. Otherwise, feel free to reach out on the main socials page to Talvir or to myself. And yeah, we could set up any one-on-one meetings with anyone that wants to learn a little more. We're kind of in that phase still. So we're very approachable.
Awesome. Yeah. So guys, if you're interested to join the chat and platform as an artist, drop the message right now to me because we will be in touch much quicker, and I will add you. So yeah, thank you so
Can
much
you
for
send,
joining.
can you send, yeah, to me? You know, good
You
morning.
want to join, right? I
Okay.
can just add you into
Yeah, yeah,
chat.
yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
By the
okay.
way, Hunt, I really love your chair.
Oh, thank
This
you.
is
It's so
comfortable or
comfortable. Oh
not?
my god,
I should buy
it's so
a
comfortable.
comfortable chair for myself.
Look at
It's
my
it's
chair. Look at this.
yeah. To hell with your chair. This is by Lazy Boy, and it's like the most comfortable thing
Oh
ever.
my God.
How you noticed?
I'm a lazy boy.
Please share us that
And look,
one.
the back of it's
Oh
cool
my.
too. See the back of it?
I need to. I need
Yes.
to.
I need this too. So
Wait, Mool, are you sitting on a
No,
metal
no, no, not
chair?
right now. Yes, right now. For this broadcast. Normally,
What? That's
no.
why your back is so bad. What are you complaining about your back sitting on that
Because
thing?
I sitting like this always when I working on Photoshop like this, always
Mm.
like this. I should stay maybe like
no, we don't want to see artists, comfortable in the chairs. We want the story of artists who broke his back because
no
they was
this
created
this
hard and everything.
no
Oh
this this
wow,
this one
wow. Good.
like just for this.
Oh
No, no,
my
no.
God, I could never
This
in
for
my
this
life.
for not my chair. This is not my chair normally. I prefer for now, but I should buy really more comfortable chair, I guess, because sometimes I editing photos maybe 10 hours in a day. Sometimes, yes, and
Oh
I
my God, this
already
is extreme.
started the yoga for this.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. We shared our cheers, our thoughts, our laughing, and I really like that this convo wasn't, just a question answer. Everyone shared their thoughts pretty like fluently, and everyone like was pretty easy in conversation. So thank you so much. All the time saying that on space, it's about your vibe that you bring in, it's about your energy that you put on the space and or on the stream, and that's how it become interesting. So I'm really happy to welcome you into a singular or singular community, and yeah, welcome. We will join you, just will add you in the chat after the stream, and yeah, thank you. Have a great evening and day. I will go walk with my doggo, and have a great time, guys.
By the way, thank you so much for enlightening and sincere conversation. It's really a pleasure for me always. Thank you so much, guys. By the way, I learn some things again, especially English. More English. Thank you for this.
I'm gonna go back to sleep. So thank you.
Oh my.
Yeah, no, sorry for that. Okay, you